So we have a young man here writing about how he wants to get into a relationship, but the dating advice online is terrible. And he's not wrong. I'm 20 now and still have never been into a relationship despite wanting to. I've got nobody in my life to ask, so I have to turn to the internet. But the advice is atrocious and I still have no clue what to do. It's either people telling you you're an incel who needs a shower and stop hating women, or bald guys telling you need to stop being a pussy and be dominant. Then you also get people who mean well but drop absolutely useless advice like just be a nice guy, which I like to think I am. Can anyone give me some specific actionable advice that doesn't involve being an alpha or some shit? And don't assume I hate all women. I have no clue what to do. This guy finds himself in the same predicament as a lot of younger guys. There are so many grifters, fakes, charlatans online trying to sell you their version of pickup game. But the problem is they all have bits of truth in them. And that's why all these guys are so confused. Because all these guys' different strategies have worked at some time, but because of how money, attention, and the internet works, they need you to believe that their solution is the only one and will give you the best results. That's why they come up with all these complicated, convoluted plans, so they can make it appear like they've done something and made it their own. It's all just some money extracting machine to get money from you and give it to them. They're really not much better than the women that they try to warn you about, and honestly, I'm not even sure who's worse. A lot of these people are just actors or caricatures of what they're trying to sell. That's why they have to dial it up to 11 on whatever they're trying to sell. Otherwise, you wouldn't know anything different from the other Joe Smo trying to sell you his course. It's really unfortunate that there's so many guys out here willing to take advantage of these men at a time when they're lost and confused, whether they mean well or not, which I still hope that most of them do. But selling them these overcomplicated plans is not helping, when really the fundamentals haven't changed. And there's a bit of a sliding scale to this, because if you're tall and attractive, you'll get away with a lot more. But the general rule of thumb is to have at least a little bit of personal hygiene. No one wants to be around a person who smells bad, or a mouth that looks like the CDC needs to get involved. Have some means of money and knowing how to do shit. If you're dumb and stupid and can't do anything, no one wants to be around that either. Work out a bit. That doesn't mean just go to the gym. You don't have to look like you're about to step on the Mr. Olympia stage. Just be healthy and not fat. Do whatever physical exercise you find enjoyable. The gym isn't the solution for everybody, but lucky for us, there's a myriad of ways to get that exercise in. And lastly, be interesting. And by that I mean be interesting in the topics and hobbies you like. Learning and doing things that you think will help get women's attention, but you actually don't like doing. May work short term, but will only hurt you in the long run. Become interesting in the stuff you like doing, and that could be learning everything you can, going to events, or starting a YouTube channel about it. People generally like people passionate about their thing. These are all just basic and simple things that just generally work, but you can't sell these. That's why these guys have to cover it in layers of whatever courses and books. But keep in mind, none of this is guaranteed. It only opens up some doors and possible avenues, and we haven't even gotten into laws and bait and switches, but that's not what we're talking about. So for these guys looking for some actionable advice, that's it. None of this ambiguous, be dominant but also be nice, or any classic boomer advice. That stuff I mentioned is all you can really do, and just be on the lookout when girls come sniffing by. Other than that, the only other thing you do is just pay for it. But most guys don't want to do that because of the genuine factor, but really that's up for debate on either solution. And in worst case, if that doesn't work, at least you use your life chasing what you wanted and not have other men or women tricking you while they're siphoning money away.